When did you stop believing in breathtaking possibilities? Somewhere between the to-do list and the late night tears, you tucked your true vision into a drawer marked later. Now, I'm here to tell you later is a lie. It's an absolute lie. Later is the thief of dreams. And today I want to call you back to the version of you that once knew there is no ceiling, only sky. Welcome back to the Oracle on Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Leah Dunlap. Welcome to today's conversation, Mastering a Limitless Life, where we peel back the illusions, we lift the fog, and we step into a future brimming with wealth, purpose, and wild, unshakable impact. First, let's talk about what it feels like to live inside the limits. For so many women I meet, it sounds something like this. You wake up already behind. Your mind spins with ideas about what your bank account doesn't reflect your brilliance, that, you're being called to lead, to create, to change lives. And yet your own life feels like a hamster wheel wrapped in pretty branding. Does this sound familiar? Look, if that's you, I see you. I totally understand. And I'm not here to shame you. Absolutely not. I'm here to name the truth so we can dismantle it together. Because honestly, if we don't call those truths out, no one will. Truth number one is, it's the ceiling you can't see through. You have done the courses, the coaching, you've done the late nights, and there's just still this invisible barrier you keep banging your head against. It's like the next level of revenue is just way out of your reach. And it's not laziness. It's not lack of desire. It's that you're too deep in your own maze to see where the exit is.
What if you could tap into the law of attraction with precision and power on your terms? I'm Leah Dunlap, and in my audiobook, Power Up the Law of Attraction, I give you the no-fluff blueprint to create a life of purpose, prosperity, and peace. Ready to stop manifesting by accident and start creating with intention? Download Power Up the Law of Attraction now on Audible. Now, back to the show.
Now, truth number two, the grind that gives nothing back. Grind, grind, grind. You're working twice as hard as ever. Your schedule is crammed, but your spirit is hollow. And it feels like you're trying to fill a leaky bucket. Pouring and pouring, but nothing stays, pushing water uphill with a broom. But that's not success. That's just silent burnout. And the third truth is isolation in a crowd. Now, this one's really important. You surround yourself with noise. There's the feeds, there's the forums, a networking group. You're going to events. You continue to push yourself into places trying to be connected, but it's just not working, right? It doesn't matter what the group is. No one truly gets you. No one dares to challenge you with love, right? Or hold you when the vision feels too heavy. And you end up feeling and believing that you're alone in your ambition, right? You're the only one who knows how hard it is to try to create this amazing, beautiful thing, this burning desire inside of you that wants to be birthed through you. And you really feel like no one else gets it. I know that it feels like that, but you're not. You've just been looking in the wrong rooms, right? Now is the opportunity. And this is the truth most people won't tell you. Brilliance like yours wasn't meant to be built in a bubble. I'm going to say that again. Brilliance like yours wasn't meant to be built in a bubble, right? Your truest, most unique purpose, the thing that's yours to be born through you, is meant to be shared in a space of peers who understand, who are also looking, right, to share that unique, special thing that they have to offer, to grow that amazing idea, maybe even that $1 million idea. And so they want to be surrounded with other people just like you do. And they want to do it authentically, right? They want to do it being true to themselves and to the vision. This isn't about making it fit anybody else's template. This isn't about a place where you have to follow the rules, right, to get it right. This is about a true freedom of expression, a place where people around you are there to encourage you, to lift you up. They're not there to sell you anything, right? They're not there to just take up all the time or the space, It is a flowing environment, a community of hope and possibilities. It is really a space guided by the container and someone like myself who can lead you into a space of understanding and seeing patterns beneath your problems, right? It's blending the strategy and the soul. So you stop spinning and you start soaring. Now, I've been so fortunate over the last 30 years. I've watched women go from questioning everything and in quantum leaps in months. They are taking huge risks and they're rewarded time and time again. But they're not doing it so that they're stressed out and pulled thin. They're doing it with the support of being seen and valued, right? And stretched at the same time. When that happens, you become unstoppable. Thinking about Melissa, she came to me and, as we talked, we were fellow coaches, and she just kind of broke down in these tears of her frustration. She'd gotten convinced that she'd be stuck at this plateau forever. There was no way out of getting stuck in this routine that she had found herself in. But less than 60 days into her program with me, she had already pushed the one barrier, which was a $10,000 client. And so her revenue jumped in $10,000 and she booked her first aligned speaking gig. Right? 2 of her biggest goals, boom, boom. And, people like Mona, she suddenly saw the title of her book after one conversation, right? Where we were really reaching into that part of her that she got to speak to. She was able to kind of feel that recognition of something that was inside of her that she wasn't able to clearly define before. And now she's traveling the world. She's sharing her mission. She's bringing in $100,000 clients and donors. And I couldn't be happier for her. And of course, Edith went from seeing this luxury home sales in her future somewhere into actually having multiple $1-million listings and building her network into multiple, not multiple $1 million listings. Yes, that, and into an area where for her, it was her dream location, right? She wanted to be in this affluent neighborhood, not only because she believed in the neighborhood and what it stood for, but it spoke to her. The refinement of the, architecture, she knew it. She wanted to have that experience of helping other people land homes in that area. So for her, it was not just about understanding what she wanted to do. She was already very successful. It was really about clarifying what exactly that success that she really dreamt of was all about. So the biggest thing that all of them have in common is they were women who decided to stop settling for later, right? They decided now, not later, now. And I know if you're listening to this and this is speaking to you, you're probably craving some traction. And here's my quick win tip for you today. If you want to get into the flow of possibilities today, this week, I want you to block 20 minutes anytime this week for vision tuning. Now, what is vision tuning? When we work together in my groups, we spend several different opportunities through the week doing different things. And one of them is all about visualization. And I teach it a little differently. So I want to just give you this opportunity to take something away today that you can actually start with. You can actually take this one tip that I'm about to give you and really get free from whatever's got you stuck. right? It will be the lever you pull that can get you moving forward today. And that's to block 20 minutes. It's not a lot, 20 minutes this week for vision tuning. What is vision tuning? All right, so there's a couple of steps to it. So here's what you want to do. You want to grab a notebook. I would recommend that you have a notebook that you're going to use, consistently for this kind of work. And you're going to write down 3 different things. So sneak peek, go grab a notebook. Grab a pad of paper if you've got one. Grab a pad of paper and write this down. So the first thing you're going to write, and really go into as much detail as you can, is what do I truly desire in my life and my work? What do you truly desire in your life and your work? Make sure that's the way you're stating it, right? That you truly desire this thing. Not what other people want for you, not what other people think you should do, not even what you used to think was the right thing. But right now, in this moment, when you're getting ready to do this work, ask yourself that question. What do I truly desire in my life and work? And go ahead and write down as much as you can, as much detail. The more detail, the better, frankly. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do. And now the second thing that you're going to do with that form, with your notebook, is what is the lie I tell myself that's holding me back? Now, someone will just say, what's holding you back? But I really want you to think about this. There is some sort of belief, and it may be negative, but it's definitely not true. Okay, so it doesn't have to necessarily be negative, but there is something you're telling yourself about life or about yourself that is holding you back, and it's just not true because you are born limitless. So if you have a desire, then whatever you need to make that desire so is already available to you, right? So anything that tells you that that's not true is a lie. So what is the lie I tell myself that's holding me back? Write that down. So number 1, what do you truly desire for your life and your business? And number 2, what is the lie you tell yourself that's holding you back? That's what you're going to write down. And I would say I. So what is the lie I tell myself that's holding me back? Okay, that's number 2. And then the third thing, and this is where you get to have some fun, okay? So this is the visualization part of the vision tuning. When I no longer believe that lie, this is number 3, when I no longer believe that lie, what will my limitless life look like 90 days from now? When I no longer believe that lie, what will my limitless life look like 90 days from now? Okay? No filters, no edits. So write these down now, of course. And then when you get to the time that you're going to do it for the 20 minutes, then just write your answers, right? Just honestly, nobody else is going to read it. Honestly, write it all out. You'll be amazed at the clarity that rises when you get that secret desire of voice. When you give it a voice, when you give yourself the chance to really see for yourself what that limitless life will look like. When you remove that chatter, when you remove those thoughts or ideas that have been making it not so, not possible, right? I have a really great friend and colleague that I know, and she said this great thing. She said she was at an event and they asked her to say, as a group, they asked people to say, what did they think was making them think something was impossible? And she said, I don't think anything's impossible. It's with the right amount of effort and insight and probably inspiration, anything is possible, right? There is always a way. If you are inspired to do a thing, then it is possible. So if there is a true desire for you to do something in your life or your business, there is a way. And chances are the possibilities of the way that it will happen are not even known to you yet, right? So this is just a way to get yourself moving forward towards having this experience of understanding what is possible and what you actually desire, not what someone else is telling you. All right, here's the final truth. This is my final truth for you today, just for today anyway. You were born, you're absolutely born on purpose. You were born for bold moves and bigger magic than you've dared to imagine. I promise you this. And that is the truth. The ceiling isn't real. The grind isn't noble, and isolation is completely optional. You don't have to do this alone. So, if this spoke to you, don't let it end here, okay? Take advantage of that practice, right? And of course, importantly, subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss the deeper dives and the strategies and the soul sparks that are waiting for you from our next guest. And of course, when you're ready and you feel that electric pull that you know it's time to step fully into your limitless life, we are absolutely here. Because you're not here to play small. You're not. You're here to create legacies. And I'm here to cheer you on every step of the way. So do come back. See us again next time. Share with us here if you find yourself really having an aha because you did the practice. I'd love to know. I'm Leah Dunlap. I am your Oracle on Purpose. And this is the Oracle on Purpose podcast.